Most people think recovery is about doing less. Less training, more rest, more sleep, more supplements. But here's the truth most lifters never hear. If you're not recovering, the problem usually isn't rest, it's how you're training. That's why beginners, intermediates, and even advanced lifters all struggle with the same issue. They train harder, rest more, and still feel tired, sore, and stuck. Today, I want to explain why that happens, and more importantly, what actually fixes it. Recovery is not passive. It's not something that magically happens when you stop training. Recovery is an adaptation process. Training is just the signal. The body only gets stronger when that signal is clear enough to adapt to and small enough to recover from. When training becomes chaotic, too much volume, too much failure, too much variety, the body doesn't adapt, it survives, and survival feels like constant fatigue. One of the biggest reasons lifters don't recover faster is because they confuse muscle recovery with total recovery. Muscles often feel fine in a few days, but strength is not just muscle. It involves the nervous system, connective tissue, joints, and coordination. These systems recover much more slowly. When you train like every session is a test of will, you overload the systems that don't heal quickly. That's why people say, "My muscles feel okay, but I still feel off." That feeling is accumulated fatigue, not weakness. Another issue is the way intensity is misunderstood. Many lifters think intensity means aggression, loud music, rushed reps, training every set like a competition. But real intensity is focus, control, precision. The strongest lifters in the world don't look frantic under heavy weight, they look calm. Their nervous systems are trained, not overstimulated. When every workout feels like a battle, recovery slows because the stress never fully shuts off. Training to failure is another major recovery killer. Failure has its place, but living there drains recovery faster than most people realize. Beginners burn out because they don't have a base. Intermediates stall because fatigue accumulates. Advanced lifters get injured because connective tissue never catches up. Strong lifters across all levels usually stop sets with 1 or 2 reps left in reserve. This allows them to train hard without constantly digging a recovery hole they can't climb out of. Volume is another silent problem. Most people do far more than they need. More exercises, more sets, more sessions, and yet progress slows. Strong, resilient lifters remove what doesn't matter and double down on what does. Squats, hinges, presses, pulls, carries, repeated consistently. When training is simpler, recovery improves because the body understands the signal. Complexity feels productive, but clarity builds strength. Frequency matters too. Training every day is popular, but it's not required for progress. In fact, for many lifters, it actively slows recovery. Strength thrives on a rhythm: stress, then rest, then adaptation. 3 to 4 focused sessions per week outperform daily training done without structure. Recovery speeds up when training follows a predictable pattern instead of constant overload. Old-school strength systems understood this well. Soviet and Eastern European programs emphasized sustainability. Athletes trained for decades, not short cycles. They avoided constant failure, controlled volume, and respected recovery as part of training, not something separate from it. Strength was treated as a skill that had to be practiced, not a feeling that had to be chased. Here's what recovery-friendly training actually looks like, no matter your level. You train 3 to 4 times per week. Each session includes a lower body movement, an upper body push or pull, and a carry or stabilizing exercise. You perform moderate volume with clean technique. You leave the gym feeling capable, not crushed. You repeat movements long enough for adaptation to happen. Progress is measured by consistency and performance, not soreness. Another overlooked factor is mental stress.
When every workout feels like a judgment of your worth, recovery suffers. Strong lifters don't try to prove themselves every session. They show up, execute, and leave. Calm training leads to calm recovery. Chaos in the gym creates chaos in the nervous system, and the body pays the price. If you're not recovering faster, the solution isn't endless rest days or more supplements. The solution is better training. Training that respects recovery instead of fighting it. Training that sends a clear signal instead of mixed messages. Training that you can repeat week after week without breaking down. This applies to beginners who are always sore, intermediates who are stuck, and advanced lifters who feel beat up. Recovery doesn't improve when you do less work. It improves when you do the right work. Reduce chaos, reduce failure, increase consistency, increase control. Recovery is not about stopping. Recovery is about adaptation. And once your training respects that, your body will finally start giving back, not just for a few weeks, but for years.